the fisherman caught 2 little goldfish in his net. To his surprise, they turned into 2 handsome young men, who revealed they were the king's lost children. The king was traveling through a village when 3 girls caught his attention. The first girl said, "I want the king to wear coarse cloth." The second said, "I want to sleep on a straw bed with him." The third girl said, "I want to bear 2 golden children for the king." Upon hearing this, the king took the third girl with him, and they soon married and had children. The girl quickly became pregnant, but the king had to go to war, and an old witch was waiting for the perfect moment. Sure enough, the girl gave birth to 2 golden-haired children, but the witch found her chance and swapped the babies with 2 puppies, burying the children on opposite sides of a fish pond. When the king returned and heard that his wife had given birth to puppies, he was furious. He ordered the queen and the puppies to be thrown into the goldfish lake. Back at the palace, the old witch married her daughter to the king. Where the children were buried, 2 golden trees grew. The king often sat in their shade, enjoying the peacefulness. The witch, however, was displeased and had her daughter convince the king to cut down the pear tree. The king obeyed, chopping it down and turning it into 2 pearwood beds. The witch ordered that the remnants of the pear tree be burned, but she didn't notice that a goat ate the leftover branches. That night, the king and his new queen slept in the pearwood beds. To their surprise, the beds began whispering, revealing the witch and her daughter's dark deeds. The witch heard the conversation and urged her daughter to burn the beds, or their secrets would be exposed. The beds were burned, and the witch and her daughter sighed in relief. But the next day, a goat passed by, carrying 2 golden-haired lambs. The witch had her daughter pretend to be sick, and convinced the king to kill the golden lambs to cure the queen. The lambs were slaughtered, but the pieces of meat were swept away by the current, transforming into 2 little goldfish. The fisherman caught them and brought them ashore, where they immediately turned back into the handsome golden-haired men. They thanked the fisherman for saving them and asked him to bring them to the king, so they could tell him their story. The witch tried to stop them, but the king didn't believe her lies. The 2 golden-haired youths explained how they had been buried, how the tree had been chopped down, and how the lamb's meat had turned into goldfish that became humans. They begged the king to save their mother, who was still inside the belly of a whale. The witch interrupted, but the king ignored her. He ordered his men to catch the whale. When the whale was captured, the queen was found unharmed. The king begged the queen's forgiveness for his mistakes, and ordered the witch and her daughter to be paraded through the streets and executed. The fisherman was richly rewarded, and the 4 of them lived happily ever after.